Hidden hurts, the silent suffering of spouses of gamblers exploring the quiet battle behind being partnered with a compulsive gambler. Living with a compulsive gambler is an emotionally complex and often hidden struggle that many spouses endure silently. The roller coaster of hope and despair, financial instability, and the emotional neglect that comes with this addiction can create a profound and private suffering. This article delves into the lives of those who live with compulsive gamblers, highlighting their silent battles and offering insights into the emotional toll it takes. It also differentiates these experiences from relationships affected by minor acts of rebellion or serious criminal activities, shedding light on the unique challenges faced by spouses of gamblers. Understanding the impact of gambling addiction on spouses. The nature of gambling addiction. Compulsive behavior gambling addiction or pathological gambling is an impulse control disorder where the urge to gamble becomes uncontrollable and is pursued despite harmful negative consequences or a desire to stop. Financial and emotional roller coaster. The unpredictable and often hidden nature of this addiction brings about a cycle of financial highs and lows, accompanied by corresponding emotional fluctuations. This instability can dominate the household's emotional climate, making the gambler's problem a central, defining aspect of the relationship. The emotional realities for spouses coping with emotional isolation, living with a secret. Many spouses of gamblers carry the heavy burden of keeping their partner's addiction a secret from friends and family. This secrecy can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, as they have few, if any, people with whom to share their struggles. Neglected needs. As the gambler becomes increasingly preoccupied with their addiction, their partner often feels emotionally abandoned. The gambler's lack of engagement in the relationship can leave their spouse feeling unloved and invisible. The cycle of hope and despair. Intermittent reinforcement. Gambling addiction is characterized by intermittent wins and losses, which can create a confusing cycle of brief euphoria, followed by deep despair, not only for the gambler but also for their spouse. This cycle can be psychologically trapping for the spouse, mirroring the gambler's addiction. Savior mentality. In hopes of salvaging their relationship and family life, the spouse may adopt a savior role, often involving attempts to bail out the gambler from debts or legal problems. This dynamic can exacerbate feelings of resentment and personal depletion. The silent struggle, financial insecurity, debt and deception. Spouses often find themselves managing the fallout from significant debts incurred by gambling. The stress of dealing with creditors, coupled with the uncertainty of the gambler's actions, can lead to acute financial stress. Sacrificed ambitions, financial. Instability may force spouses to put their own educational or career ambitions on hold, further contributing to a sense of personal loss and stagnation. Legal and social implications. Legal entanglements. In severe cases, gamblers may engage in illegal activities to fund their addiction, potentially involving their spouses in legal issues that can have lifelong impacts. Social stigma. The stigma associated with gambling can lead to social isolation for both the gambler and their spouse. Spouses may avoid social interactions for fear of judgment or pity, which deepens their sense of isolation. Differentiating from minor acts and serious crimes relationships. Involving minor acts of rebellion. Nature of the acts. Relationships affected by minor acts of rebellion, such as occasional drug use or small-scale financial indiscretions, generally do not entail the same level of chronic stress and disruption as those involving physical. While these can still create relationship tension, the consequences are typically less devastating. Relationships involving serious criminal activities, higher stakes. Unlike gambling, relationships involving serious crimes carry risks that can extend beyond financial ruin to include significant legal consequences and even personal danger. These relationships often require immediate and drastic measures to safeguard personal and financial well-being. Supporting spouses of gamblers, finding voice and support, community and counseling. Engaging with support groups like Gam-Anon can provide spouses with much-needed emotional support and practical advice. Counseling, both individual and couples, can also help address the underlying issues contributing to the gambling addiction and mend the relationship's emotional bonds. Education and empowerment. Understanding gambling addiction and recognizing its patterns can empower spouses to make informed decisions about their relationships. Education also helps in setting realistic expectations about recovery and relapse, which is crucial for emotional preparedness. Conclusion. The silent suffering of spouses of gamblers is a poignant reality hidden behind the closed doors of many households. While the emotional and financial challenges are significant, understanding and addressing these issues with compassion and informed strategy can bring hope and peace. As we shine a light on these hidden hurts, it becomes possible to forge paths toward recovery and resilience, moving beyond the